bug Pokemon. While some bug Pokemon are not exactly the best around, others are just plain epic. Now, I have some restrictions. First off, no Genesect. DonnaKirby63, the guy who requested me to do this video, said not to include Genesect. And even now, it hasn't even been released yet. Second off, only 2 Pokemon per generation. And I'm talking about Pokemon that are actually bugs. So Drapion is off the list because it's a poison dark type, not a bug type. And Insect Arceus is also not going to be on here because it's just a space filler. So get ready for my top 10 bug Pokemon. Venomoth. This thing may have poor stats, but back then its stats were pretty good, actually. For a poison Pokemon, it can learn a lot of psychic moves and its special stats are great. It's not higher because ever since Generation 1, bug poison types and moths have been done to death. But Venomoth is still pretty cool nonetheless. It can even poison enemies at night and paralyze enemies during the daytime. Surskit. This thing has unique typing, being a bug water type, and takes the appearance of a water strider. It can walk on water as if skating, and it draws prey with a sweet scent on its head. And it can even learn some ice type moves. I thought I'd never see the day a bug Pokemon could use an ice type move. But the only reason why it's not much higher on the list is because of its evolution, Masquerain, who loses its unique typing and design and becomes another bug flying type and another moth. Still, Surskit is still awesome. Don't ever evolve it unless you want to complete your Pokédex. Galvantula. This thing, as well as its pre-evolved form Joltik, have unique typing, being a bug electric type, and they also have good speed and special attack, and they can even shoot electric webs. Combis aren't exactly the best Pokemon. Their stats are garbage, and they have dreadful move pools, plus they're bug flying types, which have, like I said earlier, been done too many times already. But at least the females can evolve. When they become Vespiquen, they actually have good stats. They become a Queen Bee Pokemon. They may still be bug flying types, but they literally have the same base stats as Hariyama and Garbodor. Their defenses are solid, and they can even use Attack Order, Defense Order, and Heal Order. Armaldo. This thing is an armadillo, has a unique appearance, and its attack and defense stats rock. Some attacks bounce off this Pokemon, and its claws can be freely extended and contracted. It can punch through a steel slab, and for a bug and rock type, it can actually use water moves. Shuckle may have better stats, but Shuckle's ugly. Shuckle's pretty good Pokemon, but at the same time ugly. At least Armaldo looks awesome. Remember Scyther? This thing was already pretty cool back in Generation 1, so what could make it better? Giving it an evolution with the typing that wasn't done as constantly. Its typing may still be overdone as of today, but at least not as overdone as bug flying. Scizor may not have any better stats than Scyther, but still a great Pokemon. It has great physical stats, and it can use its pincers to make it look like it has 3 heads to scare foes, and it can crush hard objects. That is my kind of Pokemon. You know what? Mono bug types normally aren't really that cool. Their stats are terrible. Metapod is no longer a mono bug type when it evolves into Butterfree, and the same thing happens with Silcoon, Cascoon, and Burmy. Volbeat and Illumise, they may be fully evolved mono bug types, but they're still pathetic. Kricketune, well, it may look pretty cool, but it's not good enough to be on the list. But there is one mono bug type that actually is worth using. Pinsir. This thing literally has the same base stats as Scizor, but is also the only usable Pokemon of its exact typing. Even though Metapod, Silcoon, Cascoon, and Burmy can evolve, Pinsir still has better stats than all of their evolutions. It has 2 huge horns that squeeze enemies, can lift enemies that are twice its weight, and it can even shatter logs. That is awesome. Pinsir may be the only useful Pokemon of its typing, but Heracross is the only Pokemon of its typing. Heracross's typing, bug and fighting, is unique, even to this day. Its special defense is really great, and its attack power is so massive that it can lift something that's 100 times its own weight. It can even topple a massive tree and pick up enemies with its horn and throw them. Not to mention, its stats are just as great as Scizor and Pinsir. Yanma wasn't exactly the best Pokemon around. I mean, we already have enough bug flying types, and its stats aren't that good, but at least it has a unique appearance being a dragonfly, and its speed is amazing. Its stats may be garbage, but then in Generation 4 we found out that it wasn't fully evolved. When it becomes Yanmega, it has amazing stats, gets a big boost to its special attack, it can inflict crystal shockwaves that inflict internal damage on foes, and can dislodge full-grown trees with just one wing beat. Yanmega promoted the Pokemon into a very cool concept. Yanmega, I take my hat off to you. Yanmega is an awesome Pokemon. But there's still one more bug Pokemon left on this list. Well, get ready, people. You probably saw this coming, but the #1 best bug Pokemon ever is Volcarona. Oh, come on, you saw this thing coming. It has the best stats of any bug Pokemon in the series, well, not counting Genesect, since Genesect is a legend and it was banned. Do you know how long we've been waiting for a bug fire type? Ever since Pokemon first started. Sure, it may be another moth, which we already have enough moth Pokemon, but even a Pokemon that we have enough of already can still be good. With super speed and massive stats, and unlike most bug Pokemon, it can actually learn Fly. This thing also is known as the Sun Pokemon. No wonder it's so awesome. I am Meta572, and I think that Volcarona is the best bug Pokemon ever.